conversation about having more children. And those who don't know our story, it kind of took us a little while to actually get through the dating phase and actually get married. And while you wait, you grow older. And so at this point in our lives, I'm not thinking about pushing out any babies. However, we've had multiple conversations where we might be able to help in a foster area or in adoption. Maurice is busy. So that would take a lot of conversation because we're not doing like single parenting, raising kids.
Hey, by the way, I wanted to chime in on that while Kimmi was giving such an eloquent answer. Let me just share with you guys. We're not having kids because I actually had a vasectomy and it's actually on the show. So if Kimmi comes up pregnant, guess what, guys? It's going to really be interesting season 4.
That's fair. I didn't have no vasectomy. All my parts still work. But no, we literally, our hearts have gone out to a couple of stories and situations that have come across our desk in regards to helping children in a different vein at this juncture. Our biggest baby's grown and we're scooting Monster right along at this point.
Give us another good question. I like that one.
This one, I thought this one was a really good one. Is there anything from the reunion that you wish you would have said?
Not at all. Said it all. Left it all out there, guys.
No. I thought that was a great one. You don't think there's nothing?
I think that the reunion, there were some questions that Carlos asked on the reunion that kind of got social media buzzing. And this is going to be the challenge to all our new viewers. We have a season 3 reunion. You can go back and look at the reunion and then go look at social media immediately after. Marcel did some things, I said some things, and see if you can pick out what I should have said differently.
I think there's been a lot of commotion about what Maurice could have said differently. However, it garners conversation for the TV show. And at the end of the day, most of us don't say a lot of things that we change or alter. You know, some stuff comes out pretty good and some stuff not so good. But I thought that was interesting, all things considered. What else? It said, would you let your kids watch the show? It's not a kid's show. Like, it's not a kid's show. And, you know, children nowadays have so much access to social media and the internet and YouTube and watching things like that. They have stumbled across different aspects of it, but it's clearly not something that we allow our children to watch.
Yeah,
it's not a kid's show.
Even though that they actually are on the show, they don't necessarily watch the show. Jalen watches the show because, of course, he's an adult. But, yeah, Monster doesn't get a chance to watch the show. Now, if he hears about it from his friends, then that's just because you guys keep things stirring.
Right. We don't even try to follow them like on social media and that kind of thing because, you know, it can get kind of reckless out there from time to time. So we don't even try to do that part either. Which one do I want to ask next? How do you feel about Carlos hosting the reunion? Did you feel like you were in the hot seat?
I think Carlos hosting the reunion, yes, of course, we were all in the hot seat. We didn't know exactly what he was going to ask. The one good thing that they have is all the behind the scenes. Everything that you've said, they actually have it on film. So even if you don't remember it, they remember it. So Carlos,
they gonna help you remember it.
Exactly. Carlos's questions were all on point. He did get me on one question. It was a 2-part question. And I answered the second part and got a little bit of mess going. So I think it's always good when you guys get a chance to see a little twist and a turn, you know? So, but all in all, I think Carlos did a bang up job. As a matter of fact, this is some behind the scenes stuff. I text Carlos after Kimmi texted Carlos in 2019
I
and
was
told
gonna
Carlos
say,
that
I'm so happy that you said it that way. My mouth was open to make sure I was about to help you reel it back in correctly.
that you see that I'm honest, guys. No need to steal any glory, but I text after Carlos that he should actually be the reunion host, just because of his energy, you know, his insight, all of the information that he has behind the scenes. So, of course, Carlos would have been the best host.
And he did a great job. He's done a great job on the television show. You know, he's not called the king for nothing. So came to a small town in Huntsville, Alabama, and garnered a nice little enthusiastic collective of entrepreneurs. And here we are at this juncture. And I still keep seeing people say they don't know who we are, who is she, who are they. And we are from Love and Marriage Huntsville. I am Kimmi. And this is Maurice, my husband, and we're part of the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville that is shown on OWN, that will now be streaming over to Hulu Live. And that's this whole thing that we're trying to garner some conversation, put a new show on your books. It's definitely one that you need to binge watch and catch up. It's winter, so maybe one of those snow days that you get in the house and you don't have much to do. Catch up and do some binge watching on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I promise it's something that will captivate you, get your attention. It's husband and wives for the most part. And so a lot of what we planned on happening and does happen is after the show is over, it elicits some conversation between you and your spouse, between groups of people. We have friends that actually do watch parties and talk about the show collectively with their spouses after the show is over, to just see different people's opinions. And that was part of what we wanted from the very beginning. We want it to stir conversation. You get a little mess because it's reality. And that's just the nature of things. But the benefit to what these entrepreneurs have done in the 3 years that we've been on the show is just magnificent. Maurice finished law school. He's an attorney. Letitia got her second master's and her brokerage license in real estate. I got my brokerage license in real estate. Melody Hope has dropped a couple singles in her endeavors to further her acting and singing career. Marceau built a whole little strip mall. He has Black Cigar Lounge, and if you're in Huntsville, you need to come and see it. Jalen works over there. You know, I got to plug my baby. Y'all got to catch up so y'all know these people. Everybody's kind of moving and shaking. So once you see a little bit of the drama, you actually have to realize that there's a lot of growth that has happened with these couples on this show.
Hey, I got to answer something, guys. We're not leaving OWN. OWN is going to be available on Hulu. So all of these questions wondering Hulu, why we're leaving OWN, we're not leaving OWN.
Right.
OWN's not leaving us. Okay, we're with OWN. OWN is
right.
going to be available on Hulu. Okay, so we're not leaving, guys. It's still going to be available. All right. And yes, someone mentioned that Kimmi can really talk. You just heard it here.
I have the gift of gab, I'll admit that. That's what they paid me for.
That's right. What's another good question that you've seen? Oh, I saw a question about is Ariane going to be on the show? I actually don't know who Ariane is, so I guess you'll have to leave that up to Carlos and casting.
So here's a question. Any new updates since the reunion?
Yes. We have a lot of good updates. I think so far, Kimmi and Tisha have been mending their relationship. They've planned a couple of get-togethers. I believe you guys will probably see some of that next year, how that relationship works out. I'm not so sure if it's all going to be good, if it's all going to be smooth, but You know, we'll see some of that, I believe, in season 4. I believe that we'll see some things with Marceau and Jalen. I heard that there was an altercation at Black. I'm not sure, but these are just things that are floating around. So there may be some things that's like an interesting backstory with that as well. But it's going to be some things that we need to follow. Me and Kimmi, we're moving forward. Things are pretty good with us. We've actually taken a trip. We've been away on vacation, and I think that you guys had a chance to see that as well. We planned on our honeymoon. Thank God we actually got a chance to do it. We didn't get a chance to do it the way we wanted to do it, but we still got away and did it. So those are some things that have changed since the reunion. What do you got, babe?
I got a puppy.
Ah!
I got a puppy. I agree. I think there's always going to be some growth after the reunion because that's just what we are as entrepreneurs. That's what we do. We kind of find the next thing and then we move forward. So you will see a lot of that. I'm hoping a bit more rather as far as our business's growth in the next season coming up. Let's wish for mutually beneficial relationships. That's what we're going to keep hope alive for.
That's not what our loyalists are looking for. We need some answers. The loyalists wanted to know is Wanda kicked off the show?
No, why would Wanda get kicked off the show? Not at all. Nobody's kicked off the show because it takes everybody to kind of make the show work. So, you know, for the handful of people that don't fancy Wanda, like, you know, it's not your cup of tea, then, you know, you got banned. So it's a little bit of something for everybody. So, you know, Wanda's not leaving anytime soon.
Okay. Hey, guys, come on, man. We need some good questions.
Well, a lot of people were saying they don't know the show. That's why we're trying to get you a little bit more familiar so that you'll want to go and watch it. It's 6 couples. Well, was 8 people, 4 couples at this juncture, and a couple that separated. So we still got half of that couple on the show. And everybody's like an entrepreneur in their own right, doing things in Huntsville and doing what they can to make the city prosperous and grow. And you talk about our marriages, you know, the good, bad, and the ugly stuff that you talk about at the dinner table, to see what other people's opinions might be. And I think it's a lot that people can garner from our show. Like, if you don't quote unquote like the character me, then you might like Tisha better, or you might like Melody better. But there's somebody on that show that everybody will enjoy, you know, watching at some point. You gotta go to Hulu Live and make sure that you tune in, stream it, binge watch it, catch up. We're not leaving OWN. We're working on a new season, and it's Saturday nights, 9, 8 Central. So make sure you tune in to that too. So we're not going anywhere from OWN.
I saw a question that caught my attention. They asked, are we on good terms with the Whitlows? No, we're on good terms with the Whitlows. After we had our issue, we put it behind us. Basically, we talked about it at length, and I think we got to an understanding, so we kind of put the beef behind us. I think they also had a good learning experience being introduced to the group. There were a lot of little situations that we were able to discuss, even at length at the reunion. So I think that the Whitlows have now become part of the group, and yes, you will see them, I believe, again next year. And I also saw a new question as well, is how's Jalen and Destiny's relationship